Well, I think our guys are excited. It's an exciting time of year, and it's exciting for our kids to be able to travel to Killeen and play a good team. They're a really solid program, really solid team, and so it's going to be a big challenge for us. But saying that, our kids are excited to go over there and play the football game.
Obviously, you won last year. It's kind of gone back and forth, kind of a seesaw the last 4 or 5 years with you guys in Killeen. What's it going to take, to get, another dub, back over there?
Well, we have to play clean football. Offensively, we gotta take care of the football and move the ball, and when we get into the red zone, we gotta score. And defensively, we have got to eliminate big plays. I mean, they got big play potential. They got a lot of team speed overall, very fast football team, and so we've got to eliminate the big plays. We've got to keep the ball in front of us and rally to the ball, take good pursuit angles, and tackle when we get there. And if we're the first one there, we got to hold on, and so eliminating big plays is going to be a huge part for us, defensively. And then special teams is always big. First game right out of the box, I mean, special teams got to be on point, and we've got to be sound, and we've got to take care of business on special teams. So, those things combined is what it's going to take to be successful.
Obviously, from spring practice to now, kind of what in your eyes has been the biggest improvement, from the team, heading into week 1?
Yeah, just what we're after is constant improvement, constant and steady improvement. So we're fighting for that each and every day. I've seen some growth out of the offensive line. We got some seniors on that group, but we've also got some younger guys on that group as well. And so I've seen some good improvement from them from really from the day that we started in pads till now. I mean, we've improved up front, and that group's going to have to continue to improve for us to have the type of season we want. I think our running backs are playing pretty good. I think they've steadily improved from day one till now, and that's good to see. A couple of those guys are juniors, and so that's been good to see. And then, defensively, we've made strides. I think that Coronado, in the scrimmage, they had some big plays on us. They were a fast team as well, and so we've got to do a better job defensively this week and keeping the ball in front of us and not allowing those big plays.
Defensively, is that the biggest concern at this point? Is just the big plays? Because it seems like in the scrimmage, you did really well defensively.
Yeah. Overall, I mean, in the scrimmage, we rallied to the ball. We played good defense, but we allowed too many big plays, and that's obviously the emphasis this week is we can't let that happen. And so we've talked to our guys this week about keeping the ball in front of them, taking good pursuit angles, and that's a big emphasis this week.
You mentioned the offensive line, and I want to ask about the defensive line too, because one thing that I remember since I've been watching you guys for a long time, with Coach Davis and you, that program until now. When y'all had that run of district championships, in this district, it seemed like the biggest difference to me was in the trenches. Y'all always won, like Midland Lee and Kearney. They always had skilled players like you. Maybe they were in the trenches, but it seems like y'all always won that battle in those games. So looking at your team now in the trenches, and it sounds like you said that you keep getting better on the offensive line, but overall, you see that kind of potential where they can be a really good group too.
Yeah, we hope so. I mean, football is won and lost at the line of scrimmage. Whether it's offensive line, defensive line, it's won or lost at the line of scrimmage. And so we've got a good group, and they got to continue to work and improve. And offensive line, I mean, we're playing 3, sometimes 4 seniors, so that's a good thing. And then obviously our right tackle's a sophomore. So he's a younger guy, but he's got a ton of potential. So it's going to be fun to watch him develop over his career. And then, defensive line, we moved Caden Pizzola from defensive end inside to defensive tackle, and he had a really good scrimmage. He looked really fast off the ball. He had several sacks that he caused in that scrimmage. So that was good to see. And then we got some other guys we're going to rotate inside, and then defensive ends. We got several that we're going to rotate as well. And so that's the goal on defense as far as the defensive line is concerned, is to rotate those guys and to try to keep them fresh. But one of the constants that you're going to see out there is Caden Pizzola.
The linebacker, this is the first time in a while you've got like a really big linebacker, big, strong, physical linebacker who can really run to. What is that going to do for your defense? It's got a big difference.
Yeah, we feel like moving Darius over to defense and middle linebacker is gonna pay off. Some good dividends for us. Obviously, he's the strongest guy in town, possibly. But no, all kidding aside, I mean, he's a big, strong, fast kid, and so we're looking forward to seeing how he develops and continues to improve over at middle linebacker. Hopefully, he can bring some aspect of shoring up the middle of the defense. And so we're excited to see how he does. And then at wheel linebacker, Evan Arnold's been playing a lot. We got some others that we're going to rotate in there, but those two guys are big, strong, rangy type kids, and so we're excited to see how they progress throughout the season.
And offensively, I know you mentioned before that you want Howard Hill to become even better. You need that. Of course, is the key to the offense.
Mm-hmm.
What have you wanted him to improve on? What does he need to improve on? And how has he progressed so far?
Yeah, he's got to get 1 year better from his junior year to senior year. I mean, he's got to make improvements, and so what we'd like to see him improve on a little bit is some of his accuracy. He's got to be more accurate with the football. He's got to put the ball in play, and we talk to him about that all the time. Is put the ball in play, good things are going to happen. And so basically, what that means is throw completions. All right, throw completions, good things are going to happen. And so he's got to continue to do that, to continue to improve on that, continue to work on those things. And then, last year he had some ball security issues. I mean, as far as holding on to the football, and that's vitally important as well. I mean, we had a fourth down play where he made the first down, the ball popped out, and then we lose the first down, and so that was one example of that. That's some of the things that he's going to have to clean up for us to have the success that we want to have, and I know he will. He loves football. He's a hard worker, and he's always aiming to please, and so I know that he'll work hard to improve on those things. But for any team to be as good as they can, you've got to have great quarterback play.
And you do have several new coaches this year. Kind of a lot of turnover there, including a new offensive coordinator, Coach Coots. Are there any you have several new guys like that already? I'm sure there may be disadvantages, but are there any particular advantages also that you get, maybe new perspective, things like that?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. We do have a lot of new faces, and those guys have jumped right in, and they're working extremely hard. And I've been super pleased and super proud of our coaching staff. We've got guys that come, from Lubbock, Texas, all the way to Katy, Texas, and everywhere in between. I mean, we've got guys that we've hired from all around, and so when you bring those different people in, I mean, you're going to get new perspectives, new ways to look at things, and that's good. It keeps things fresh, and so those guys have done a good job of coming in and bringing some ideas to the table, and which is what we want them to do, and so they've done a good job of that. But it's just trying to get obviously on the same page when you have that many new people. It's almost kind of like you're starting over, even though I've been here for 14 years, and it's almost like you're starting over, and so you have to work to get on the same page, and so we're constantly meeting, constantly talking, and working every day to make sure that we're on the same page.
Shoemaker, you've played them many years in a row now. Obviously, you must like playing them. So what is it about them? I know they've always got size.
Yeah, that's part of it for sure. I mean, obviously, Coach does a great job and has done for several years over there. I mean, his teams play hard and physical, and they are fast. You know, they got a lot of team speed, and so um, it's a good challenge for us. You know, and to play those guys. But you know, the main reason that we play them year in and year out is just because it's hard for us to find games here, and it's hard for him to find games there, and so we've kind of matched up and played, and we just continue to do so because we need this week one game. And so, you know, like I said, I mean, it's a big challenge for us to play a team with that much speed, and you know, they like playing us as well because you know, it's a good matchup for them too. And so, you know, I'm sure we'll continue to play for the years to come.
It's a long trip, which you're used to. You have to do this kind of stuff every year, but just getting a long trip like that, the first week of the season would be like that as far as getting the players used to having to do that and knowing what they have to do to go that far and win a game.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you know, uh, when you play and coach here at Central, I mean, you're gonna travel, whether you're a middle school student or a freshman or a high school student. I mean, we have to travel, and so our kids are used to it. You know, I mean, it's kind of a neat deal in the fact that we get to spend most of the day together and we get to travel, you know, down and play those games. I mean, it's almost like a college type situation or college type atmosphere as far as being together most of the day and traveling and playing those games. And so, you know, our kids are used to it, and they're trained to do it. You know, starting from the time they're in middle school and all the way up their high school career, they're used to traveling. And so, I wouldn't necessarily say that we like it, but it's like it's something that we know is coming, and something that we know that we have to do, and we know that we have to do it well. And so, you know, we have an itinerary and a script, and everything's detailed and planned out. So there's really not a minute of the day that's not accounted for when we're with our team. And so they're used to the routine, and you know, we're just going to go over there and play the game.
And every year you go into an off season and a season where you've got these holes that you're going to have to fill, find players, or maybe move players, develop players. Are there any particular players who fill those holes that maybe we don't know about, fans don't know about, that maybe weren't a big part of it last year?
Yeah, of course. Just start offensively. Cedric Fuentes, he's one of our receivers. He was a junior on the varsity last year and did some good things, but he's really accelerated his progress and playing pretty good for us right now. He's a smart kid that we're able to move inside and outside receiver. Tyler Walker, kind of the same. He's a receiver for us. Has done a good job. Even though he was on the varsity last year, he was out most of the season with a back injury, and so he's really progressed as well. You know, I mentioned Javion Robinson at running back and Tyree Browley at running back. Those two guys will see a lot of playing time, along with Aiden Barone, who was coming off an ACL injury last year and done a really good job to get back and ready to play. Defensively, you know, you got some D linemen like Tommy Burney and some others that are going to step up and play and split time on the D line. I mean, we got several of those guys. Elijah Dunson and Braden Hymas, who was a move-in from California. And so we've got several of those guys that will contribute, play on the defensive line. We've already talked about Darius moving over to linebacker. Spent most of his career at running back. Now he's going to be linebacker, and so that was a big need that we had there. And then, you know, for the most part, the secondary are familiar faces. Luke Gold will play a lot of cornerback. He was on the varsity last year as a backup. Now he's going to see a bunch of playing time. And then DeAndre Young, obviously coming out and coming out from basketball, and he'll be playing a lot of cornerback as well. So those are a few names to keep your eye on.
One more. Good. Okay. Sorry. To start, your second year with a victory, not only for you but also for the team, what would that mean to, kickstart the year on the right foot?
Well, that's the goal. I mean, our goal is to win one game a week. I mean, we're focused on Shoemaker, and that's really all we're focused on. But the goal is to win one game a week, and so it would be great, you know. But that's what we're after is to win this week and focus on Killeen and go over there and give it our best shot. I mean, obviously you want to win and you prepare and you spend a long time getting to this point. Like all the work that you put in to get to this point, it's a lot. And so when you get to go over there and actually play the game, I mean, that's the fun part. And then to make it even funner is when you win. And so hopefully we go over there and we execute offense, defense, special teams, and you know, do our job. I mean, that's something we talk to our guys a lot about. I mean, we don't talk a whole lot about winning and losing necessarily, but we talk about the events that lead to winning, you know, like doing your job and, you know, taking care of the details and some things like that. And, you know, if we can do those things, then the winning's going to take care of itself.